Alright, today we're going to be showing you a video on how I'm pulling out my cylinder liners. I've got an Oliver 1850 with a Perkins 6-cylinder diesel, and these are dry fit liners. I see these guys on YouTube and they're claiming to pull out these dry fit liners with just a threaded dowel and just cranking down the nut, tightening the dowel, and maybe there's wet fit sleeves too. If you don't know this, the wet fit sleeves, they slip in and out a lot easier, but the dry fit ones are typically pressed in, and they're harder to get out. I tried just a threaded puller and you know, turning the nut, and that didn't work. So here's my setup. I'll show you what's working for me. I had to buy an extra jack, but they're cheap, 30 bucks. So you got 2 bottle jacks. And then I've got this just flat stock steel. I've got that on this piece of C channel, U channel, whatever you want to call it. I got her welded up underneath there. And then I got it sitting on these straps so I don't mar my head. And then tack welded there so it ain't so flimsy. And then up top, well, here next to the jacks, I've got that drilled out. No nut on there or anything, it's just traveling through there. And then on the top, I've got a nut right here, and I had to add this 1/2-inch plate because I tried jacking without this plate up there, and this U channel started to bend. So what you do is you run, this is just 3/4 inch threaded rod, nothing special. And I got her going down to the bottom side. I bought a 4-inch disc from McMaster-Carr, 1 inch thick by 4 inch diameter, and as you can see, I drilled a 3/4 inch hole in the center and put a nut on. The key here is to have that disc so that it catches on your liner but doesn't scuff. I've already pulled this liner out here, and you don't want it scuffing up the inside of this when you're pulling that disc through. So that disc has to fit inside this hole but catch on this liner as it's pulling it up. And so you can see what I'm doing here. You just, you know, 1 jack at a time, evenly keep it going up, and you can't tell that it moved there obviously, but it's working because there's my liner coming up. And then when your jacks run out of travel, you just take the pressure off, and this nut up here, that's still loose, that's not welded on or anything. So you let the pressure off the jacks and you lower this back down, and then you pull this threaded rod up, and then thread that nut down and get another bite at it. And it's been working for me, so hopefully it can work for you and save you some money.